Hi guys, thanks for tuning in. Only 20 days remain for IPCC Group 2 exams to begin, and I am sure you're geared up for the exams. Now, I'm making this video for those of you who want to complete Group 2 from start to end in 20 days. Yes, it is possible to study all the three subjects in just 20 days and pass Group 2. But you will need strict studying for at least 16 hours a day if you want to clear Group 2 by studying for next 20 days only. Now it's time to study smart. The blueprint that I'm going to show focuses on studying those topics which contribute of about 70 to 80% of the weightage of the paper. If you have heard about Pareto analysis or the 80-20 analysis, you will know that the 80% of the paper is covered by 20% of the topic, and that is what we want to focus on during this blueprint discussion. Now, it is not possible to study everything, nor is it possible to master these topics, but it is surely possible to score 50 to 55 marks even if you start studying now onwards. And for that, again, as I said, smart studying is required. Now, before I start explaining the blueprint, request you to give a thumbs up to this video if you like it, and mention in the comment section what other videos would you like to see that would help you for your CA exams which are coming in May 2018. Also, friends, hit the subscribe button and the bell icon to get notified about my new videos every time I upload one. Now, if you want this blueprint, I will tell you how you can get it towards the end of this video. And I will also give some important questions and topics towards the end. So keep watching it, and then you can get benefited by what I have to suggest. Now, to start with the blueprint discussion, we all know that there are three subjects in Group 2 for IPCC. First is Advanced Accounting, which is a practical subject. Second is auditing, and the third is IT and SM, both of which are theory subjects. Now, the general perception is that getting good marks in theory subjects is difficult. But let me tell you guys, when I wrote the exams in auditing, I got 64 marks, and in IT and SM, I got 60 marks. So that is the reason why I was able to clear my Group 2, and hence I would definitely suggest you to follow this blueprint completely. And if you follow it, study for 16 hours dedicatedly, I am pretty sure you can definitely score 50 to 55 marks in each of the subjects and clear your Group 2 even in the next 20 days of studies. So let me just get started with the snapshot of IPCC Group 2. Now we all know that the days to exam are only 20 remaining. That means you have only 20 days from now, from today till the exam. I am not counting the last day of the exam, that is 11th May. And till 10th of May is when you can actually be preparing for your examinations. So do not forget this this number at any point of time. You only have 20 days and you require complete focus and dedication. Now, the daily preparation hours that are required, 15 hours minimum. I'm assuming that you have a little background about the subjects, but you are not very well prepared as of now. And then it would definitely require 15 to 16 hours of your dedicated time each and every day without any exception if you want to clear the examination. So yes, please, that should be your first focus, to study for 15 hours every single day. Now, high scoring subjects in this group, definitely advanced accounting, because it is practical subject, you get stepwise marking. And because you get stepwise marking, even if you're not able to write the answers completely, or your balance sheet does not tie, or for whatever reason the answer is not correct, you still get marks for your steps, and that is why it is a high scoring paper. Second high scoring paper is auditing. Guys, this is my favorite subject. As I told you, I had got an exemption in auditing. It is the easiest subject. All you need to do is use common sense, and the tips that I'm going to give you will definitely help you score at least 55 plus in this paper. So auditing has to be the key focus if you want to get aggregate. IT and SM, it can always be tricky, and that is why I think personally it cannot be a high scoring paper for many of you, especially those who are not very keen or not very well versed with writing theory exam. So that is why the focus should be on auditing if you want to get your aggregate. This will help you get your magical number. Now, if I have to give you a very basic tip, I definitely preferred starting early in the morning. I do not prefer late night studies because generally we are already tired and exhausted, and studying late in the night might not really be very helpful. So what I suggested, get up early in the morning, say 4:30. You are completely fresh for 15-20 minutes, complete all your basic stuff, and start with a theory subject. theory subject, I would prefer ITSM to be the first subject that you start with. Why is ITSM the first subject? Because it is a little tricky, as I told you already. You will need to have complete focus, complete freshness in the mind if you want to start studying this paper, and that is why the morning 2.5 hours are the best to study IT and SM. And once you complete that, you have the whole day for the next two topics, next two subjects. So that is why you should start with IT and SM. Now, the most important point that I want to tell you, which you all know, but I know you will not follow, is avoid all forms of distractions. Now, there are many distractions in our life. First and foremost, especially for all the cricket fans, IPL. IPL is going on. You will be tempted to watch your home team, watch other teams, watch Dhoni. Please avoid every such thing. None of it is as important as your examination, which starts in 20 days. IPL will go on. Once you finish your exams, you can watch the remaining IPL. You can watch it next year. You can watch it for lifelong. But this exam, you have to clear it in your current attempt only. Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp chatting, etc. Please refrain. If you want to pass, you have to let go of all this only for 25 days, not more than that, only 25 days. You can use WhatsApp if you have if you are a member of some CA community, CA groups, which give you some important tips, points, and all. You can use it for that. You can watch YouTube if you are watching videos of related to your exam preparation. You can watch it for some time, but again, restrict this time to maybe 30 minutes or 45 minutes in a day, and refer if only very important and necessary. Do not unnecessarily log on to YouTube and start watching other videos. So this is the basic stuff that I had, guys. Now let me proceed directly into the important topics that you need to study. So the first chapter or the first subject that I would prefer to start with is advanced accounting. Daily 5 hours is required. Daily 5 hours, I am saying, assuming that you are having only basic knowledge of the subject and are not very well versed. 5 hours a day compulsorily required every single day for the next 20 days. This would ensure that you have 100 hours of preparation. Now 100 hours of preparation is a good time for you to get at least 50 marks in your examination. But 100 hours of dedicated, completely, you have to put all your effort in those 100 hours that you have. So if I have to, what I have done in this blueprint is, I have just given a matrix. I have given a table of the important topic, its weightage, what is the importance, the level, whether it is a high importance topic, or what is the importance level that you should uh, keep in your mind before studying. And of course, hours each day that you need to put in that particular uh, the topic or that particular section of your subject. Now, why I have given these hours as minimum? Now, I have seen many people, what they do is, they give 3 days for one chapter, 3 days for second chapter, 3 days for third chapter. I don't want you to do that. I want you to study as much as possible every single day. Why? Because, as I said, the time to master a topic or a chapter is now over. You cannot master it in 20 days. And hence, the best strategy is to study everything, so that in the examination, you are in a position to at least attempt each and every question. Now, few topics out of that, the important ones which I'm going to say, you have to master, but the others you can just learn, so that at least you are able to attempt something and get marks out of it. The first and the foremost topic has to be accounting standards. Now, accounting standards, as you know, are the fundamental basis of accounting. If you know accounting standards, first thing you will get is 25 to 30 marks directly you will get, because there will be questions regarding accounting standards. If this 25 30 marks, even if you can get say 80 or 90% out of this marks, you are sorted. Your 40 marks passing marks is ensured. That is why accounting standard is very important. I have allotted only 30 minutes for this particular topic, because it is not very difficult to read and understand. Pick up two accounting standards daily, keep reading them, and once you have completed all the accounting standards, start revising them again. That is why, that is how you will be able to do very well in accounting standards. So first and foremost, you have to start studying with accounting standards. Second, and the second most important topic, and which also carries the maximum weightage, is, as you know, company accounts. Now, company accounts has 35 to 40 marks traditionally coming in the form of different chapters included in company accounts. And the importance of this particular topic, like accounting standard, is very high, and that is why you need to dedicate 2 hours each day minimum. You have to spend 2 hours every day so that you can get a grip of all the chapters that are there in company accounts. Now, very important thing is company accounts. When you're solving the problems, please write them and solve. Do not read, do not refer, do not try to do mental calculation. Do physical calculations, do it on a paper, draw formats properly, and solve the problems that you are referring to. Do not do the reading, or do not just browse through and think that okay, I have learned, because in the examination you will not be able to solve it. And that is what I'm telling from my personal experience. So please ensure whatever practice is of utmost importance over here. So please ensure that you are practicing your paper completely. Whatever sums you are doing is you are practicing it physically, and not just reading it or trying to browse through it in the textbook or your material, whichever you are using. The first important topic in company account is amalgamation and internal reconstruction, which usually comes for 16 marks. Now guys, this is a very very simple topic. Most of the sums, or most of the permutations and combinations in this particular sum, or this particular chapter, will be the same. The questions, if you are studying a 5 years question paper, highly likely that points ditto from the 5 years question paper will be picked up and put in your question paper. So this particular chapter is definitely a no miss. You have to practice at least 2 to 3 sums every single day, and it will not take you more than 30 to 45 minutes once you have your concepts clear. Understand the different kinds of problems that are there, different permutations and combinations of problems which are there in amalgamation and internal reconstruction, and you will be able to score really well in this particular subject and the sum that comes in the examination. The best part about amalgamation and reconstruction is, even if you are attempting 80 to 90% of the sum and you are doing it correctly, you will stand a chance to get very good marks. You can easily score 10 to 12 even if your final answer is not correct. You get stepwise marking, and that is why I am stressing on the fact that you have to study this particular topic thoroughly. The next three topics in company accounts would be issue and redemption of debentures, liquidation, ESOP buyback, and underwriting. All these put together would generally come to say 20 to 25 marks, and these are also not difficult topics. More or less, these are based on the same principles. Maybe the scenarios will be different. Maybe some sums can be a little more complicated. Some sums will be easy, but studying this, if out of the 20-25 marks, even if you can score 15 marks, I think you are sorted, and it is not at all difficult, because sometimes you also get small questions of 5 marks or 2 marks from these three topics, and that is very easy to score. Please also study the theory of all these three topics in brief, because the institute might sometimes ask theory questions also out of this. Moving on, the second or the third critical importance of in high advanced accounting is your accounts of insurance, banking, and electricity companies. Now, I have given it high importance and 1.5 hours to study daily. This carries around 15 to 20 marks. Now, the advantage of this particular topic is, these are format based account topics. If you have learned the format, it's only fill in the blanks for you in most of the cases, and it is very very easy to score marks in this particular topic. So never miss out on these three topics. Any of the questions coming in the question paper, you have to answer it. Even if you draw the format correctly and put in the basic, you'll fill in the basic table, you will be getting at least 50% to 60% of the marks from the institute. So ensure that these topics are high on your priority, and that is why I have given 1.5 hour each day. Again, like in company accounts, please ensure that you are practicing the sums. You draw the format every single time. Do not read, do not just browse through. Practice will make you perfect. Now the next topic I'm going to talk about is partnership. Although is an important topic, it's an important chapter, I have given it medium importance, and I have given it only 30 minutes in a day. Why? Because it can get complicated, it is cumbersome. 30 minutes in a day will be sufficient for you to understand the format and maybe pick up one sum or maximum two sums and solve it out. Because spending time on partnership right now might not be the smartest thing to do. However, 30 minutes you understand different permutation combinations, so that in the exam, if you have to write this answer, you will be at least able to attempt at least 60 to 70% of the basic stuff, at least draw the formats correctly and be able to score marks. Branch and departmental accounting, again the same thing like for partnership. You do it if you have time and if you have patience. I have again given only 30 minutes. This is only to ensure coverage so that you know all the topics and there are no surprises. Worst case scenario, if you know any of these sums come for a higher marks, you can always attempt at least some part of it and score marks, and you'll not have to leave it or it will not be blank. That is very important. Some topics that I also have thought I'll give you important tips is, firstly, focus on practice manual. It is very important. All the sums that are there on practice manual, make it a priority. RTP has to be completed. Sometimes the institute picks up directly sums from RTP and pastes it in the question paper. You don't want to regret that, oh, I had to study RTP, I should have studied, I could have got those marks easily. Do not skip RTPs, may what happen. Study RTPs every single day. Third is, as I told you, partnership and branch departmental accounts, only if you have time and clarity of mind to study. Just study the basics and ensure that you know at least the fundamentals. Now, again, as I have been stressing, do not skip anything. Have a basic understanding of every single chapter. Knowing everything will not be of any harm to you. Second is, accounting standards are must. If your AS is strong, your conceptual knowledge is strong. The last point, which I have highlighted and made it bold, is because whatsoever happens, attempt 100 marks paper. Now, when I say attempt 100 marks paper, please do not write rubbish and come. Write relevant things. If there are sums which you do not know, have only little idea from your studies, just draw the format out of basic common sense, your BCom education, your 11th and 12th education. At least try to start the sum, fill in whatever you can, and the sums which you do not know, attempt them towards the end. All your strong areas should be attempted first and all your weak areas at the end, but do attempt them. I'm telling you this from your personal experience. Each and every mark is very, very critical, as you are aware, to get your pass marks and your aggregate. You never know which half sum that you have done or which sum where you have only drawn a format and filled in a few basic points will give you those one or two critical marks. So please do not skip any question, answer them completely, ensure that you are attempting maximum in the examination. Now let's move on to the second and my favorite topic, or my favorite subject, auditing and assurance. 5 hours each day. If you study dedicatedly, it is my guarantee that you will get 50 to 55 marks for sure. Auditing is nothing more than common sense. Very, very easy. Now, first thing that I want you to do is auditing standards. Auditing standards are even more important than accounting standards because practically entire auditing is based on auditing standards. If you are thorough with auditing standards, you can use it anywhere and everywhere in the question paper, because most of the questions will be tying back to your auditing standards only, directly or indirectly. Weightage, direct weightage might be of 20 to 30 marks. Importance is high. Each day only 30 minutes will be sufficient. Do not overburden, do not overstress yourself. This is not at all technical like accounting standards. It is very simple, it is basic common sense. If you just browse through it like a novel, do not try to mug it up, just browse through it like a novel and you will very easily be able to understand and gain the knowledge. So please do that. It is very, very important for you to understand this particular topic. Now, next, what I'll do is, the next thing that you have to study is your company audit. Company audit, again, company audit 1 and 2 are very important from the point of view that they form the maximum chunk of your marks. The importance again is very, very high. Why? Because it is the maximum weightage, and actually entire auditing is based on your company audit 1 and 2, and that is why dedicate 1.5 hours. You have many books which will give a snapshot or summary. Do not try to study from study material, it can get very cumbersome. So if you are using any, following any institute's material, I think that should be fine. All the points related to your company audit, you should be able to grasp it. And in the exam also, do not write paragraph, do not write essays, just write simple points and that should be okay. Next is special audits. Now, special audits, again, the thing with special audit is it is all common sense. You read one particular audit, say you read audit for cinema halls, you can actually apply it everywhere else because it is more or less the concept is same. Only the location or the special audit place will change, everything else remains the same. And that is why 1 hour a day, if you read it like a novel and try to understand the concept, it is definitely going to be very helpful. You can if you are thorough with one or two special audits procedures also, you can more or less apply it in every other special audit question that you get. The second last point is your vouching, verification, internal controls, audit in automated environment. 20 to 25 marks, high priority. 1 hour is sufficient. Again, very, very basic, very uh, simple at IPCC level. There is absolutely no technical, no technicality involved. It is all basic sense. It is basically how you go and check your vouchers, how you verify expenses, which once you read it, you will realize is nothing more than common sense. And that is why these four topics put together are sure to get you 55 to 60 marks if you are thorough in them. All the other topics, you can see if you have the time to study. You can spend 30 minutes each day and at least get an idea of what the topics are, so that you are at least thorough with anything, and you can attempt in the exam if need be. Now, I have given some very important essays and important essays. Please note these down. Read them thoroughly. These will help you in answering all the questions in audit. So, again, you can get this blueprint also. If you want this blueprint, I can email it to you. In the comments section, you can leave your email IDs and I will share it with you. Once you have seen this video and once you have given me your email ID, I will share it with you over the email from my email ID. Now, these are some important tips. If you want the blueprint, I'll share it and you can go through it. The last thing I'm telling you is the most important. RTP questions are a must. Previous 5-year question papers are a must. If you are thorough with this, 60 is guaranteed. The tips, the blueprint that I've given above, and these RTPs and 5-year question paper, you are sure to get 60 if you have followed all these tips that I have given over here. So please, guys, read these tips carefully, and auditing can be the game changer for you when it comes to your group 2. Now let's move on to a terrifying subject for some people, IT and SM. IT and SM can either take you to more than 60 or make you end up in even 30s or 20s. I have seen many people who have got more than 60s in all other papers but have failed in IT and SM. Why is that? Because it is a tricky subject, and like other subjects, this particular subject does not have any important or short question. Every chapter is important and every chapter has almost equal weightage when it comes to IT and SM, and that is why reading everything is important. The second most important thing is the study material for IT is very complicated. Although many people suggest that students should refer IT and SM study material, but I personally do not think it is a good idea. Whatever material that you are following, whatever flowcharts, whatever matrix that you have downloaded from different website, different teachers, please continue using that, and that only should be sufficient. Study material, at least in last 20 days, is impossible to study. Yes, do revise through the RTPs, but then avoid study material, because even the English that is used is very, very difficult and complicated. Every chapter, these are some of the chapters that you should focus on, but every chapter in IT requires equal focus. Importance is high and your everyday spending should be 2.5 hours. Now, like I told you, get up early in the morning, start with this subject, because this is the one which will take or frustrate you the most and will occupy most part of your brain. Even SM, it is on similar lines. There is no difference for SM approach. These are some of the key chapters that you should study. I think they are almost all of them. You have to study everything, fortunately or unfortunately. Just keep reading them instead of trying to muck them up. Keep reading them, you will slowly get a hang of it. 2.5 hours a day for the next 20 days, it's more than enough for getting a hang of all these topics that are there in IT and SM. Now, these are again some important points which you should keep in mind for IT and SM point of view. And again, I'm mentioning time and again, especially for those of you who don't like theory subjects, IT and SM can be really, really tricky, and a dedicated focus, fresh mind is required to study this particular topic. Now, what I've also done at the end of this blueprint is I have given some important questions from ITSM and also from auditing. So if you want to refer all these topics, you can drop your email at the end of the or in the comment section of this video, and I will send this entire blueprint to you so that you can get a hang of all this, and you can use it as a ready reference. You can use it as a ready timetable for your daily usage and daily studies. Guys, only 20 days remaining. Please stay focused, please stay motivated, ensure that you are studying for 16 hours a day. Only 20 days can pass this exam for you. Once you are cleared with your IPCC, or the last frontier is final exams. And really, you don't want to get stuck in this loop of IPCC because it can be very risky. So please let go of all the distractions for the next 20 days, next 25 days. They can, everything can wait. Please ensure that you are studying thoroughly and pass this exam and get done with it once and for all. So that is what I had in terms of how to prepare for this exam for the next 20 days. I hope this is helpful to you. In the comment section, please mention your comments as to what other videos do you want me to make, so that you can get some help. Also, if you have any feedback, feel free to give it in the comments section. Thank you so much, guys, for watching my video, and all the best to you for your exam. I'm sure each and every one of you is motivated enough now to pass these exams. Start fresh from today. Forget everything that has happened. You have not been able to study, you have not been able to focus, all that, leave it alone. Focus from today, and you will still clear the group 2 examination for sure. So with that, guys, thank you very much for watching this video. Please hit the subscribe button and also keep watching my videos. All the best once again, guys. See you.